Prototyping. So, what is a prototype? A prototype is a simple experimental model of a proposed solution used to test or validate ideas, design assumptions, and other aspects of its conceptualization quickly and cheaply so that the designers involved can make appropriate refinements or possible changes in direction. In much simpler words, they help explore ideas, define requirements, test functionality, and refine aspects of a design. The design thinking process. Made up of 5 simple steps. We empathize when we observe users and their behavior in their context, interact with and interview them, and experience what users experience. Defining our problem occurs when we unpack and synthesize our empathy findings into compelling insights. When we ideate, we go far and wide to generate solutions to address discovered challenges. Then we get ideas and explorations out of our minds and into the minds of others, into the physical world through prototypes. And prior to launching, testing is done by reframing solutions and making them better. We can't all be first-time lucky. Usually we make things happen through trial and error. It's a way of developing, testing, and improving an idea before sending it out to the world. You design it, review it in a real-life scenario, work out how to improve it, then you do it all over again until you know it really works. Here are some key tools to make this happen. Through quick sketching, paper models, wireframes, and even 3D printing. There are many types of prototypes, and here are the top 10 most commonly used. A film prototype, which is made using videos to show others the idea in a graphical visual format. A feasibility prototype is applied to the resolve technical risks attached to the development in terms of performance and compatibility of components. A horizontal prototype is a user interface in the form of screenshots, demonstrating the outer layer of the human interface only, such as windows, menus, and screens. A rapid prototype is used to quickly engineer an initial model of a product using a 3-dimensional computer-aided design, or a paper model when you want to produce something in a short span. Simulation prototype is digitally creating of a physical product to predict the performance of the product in the real world. A storyboard describes a product in a form of a story and demonstrates a typical order in which information needs to be presented. It helps in determining usable sequences for presenting information. A wireframe is the skeleton of a digitalized product, depicted in the form of illustration or schematics that capture an aspect of design such as an idea, layout, form, architecture, or sequence. Animations can be images drawn or paper prototypes put in a sequence that walks you through the proposed 3D structure of the product/solution. A vertical prototype is used to improve database design, test key components at early stages, or showcase a working model, though unfinished, to check the key functions. And mockups. This is with no functionalities, just to get the overall visual of the product. It's an unpolished version of the product with no active features. Did you know that 30% of our cerebral cortex is devoted purely to vision? Here are the 4 main qualities that make a good prototype. The first one is a good representation. A prototype is the rudimentary representation of the actual product. It represents how the product will look and/or work like, so it's important that your representation captivates the attention of possible users. Number 2 is precision. The more precise the prototype, the better the response and feedback. Interactivity. It's important for your user to interact with the prototype. Should it be open to the user, for example, fully functional, partially functional, or view only? And evolution. The life cycle of the prototype. Some are built quickly, tested, thrown away, and then replaced with an improved version, known as rapid prototyping. Others may be built and improved upon, ultimately evolving into the final product. As Tim Brown from IDEO expresses, good prototypes are questions, not answers. So, what are the benefits of prototyping? You can fail early and inexpensively. It saves innovators and stakeholders time and money. It can help you gather accurate requirements to speed the process and the effectivity of your product. It saves time. From a product development standpoint, the impact of rapid prototyping on the product lifecycle is that it eliminates redundant or unnecessary features at the earliest stages of development. This can help vastly reduce development and testing time over the course of a product's life. And funding. By developing a prototype to demonstrate the feasibility of your idea, you lower the risk of investment for investors. Proving a working prototype increases the probability that your idea will be funded. In conclusion, prototypes are a low-cost, low-risk way of making sure a product or service has been test-driven before it's ready to be scaled up. Depending on what you're working on, you will need to decide which prototype works best for you, and keep testing out ideas that will change the world for good.